Hey guys, on this episode of the Regenerative Edge, I sit down with Meryl Lee of Cream Skin Studio in Tysons Corner, Virginia, as we discuss the state of regenerative and longevity medicine. Meryl Lee also discusses, out of the thousands of products that she could have chose from, why she picked the fractional CO2, iBlaze, and the ColorMax Q-Switch laser. She talks about her business and how she was to stand up a flourishing aesthetic business in such a short period of time, also while retaining clientele and bringing new customers and clientele in. Please enjoy the show. And remember, everything on this podcast is insightful. It is not meant for medical advice. We're here live at Cream Skin Studio. I'm sitting here with the lovely Meryl Lee, and I'm so excited to be here. We've been talking about this particular podcast for a few weeks now. And Meryl Lee's practice is just beautiful. Right when you come in, you're just greeted with warmth and it just feels right. So Meryl Lee, thank you for having Revive into your practice.
Thank you for having me too.
So let's start the podcast off by talking about you. I know you're from Puerto Rico and you have quite the story. So I'm really excited to hear it. And I know everybody that's watching the show is very excited to hear it. So please tell us about your story. Tell us how we got to Cream Skin Studio.
So first, I want to just let you know that I have been in the aesthetic industry for over 22 years now. I've been very fortunate to work with top plastic facial surgeons through my whole career. It's just giving me a way to really learn skin inside and out. I had a mentor that since I was 16, I've been really fortunate that she thought I would be really good at it. After high school, I had my first baby and I was like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, Madi, I think this is going to be good for you. And I went to school and I never looked back. And I've been very fortunate to really find my passion. And 22 years in now, and here I am.
So when did you really know? What was like the turning point in your life where you were like, hey, I really want to help people look great. I really want people to feel good about themselves. What was that like turning point for you?
It wasn't like I was looking for it. As I said, it was a really good, my heart, like my second mom, Martha, really said, Maddie, I think you're going to do really good at it. Once I went to the school, I fell in love. And then I really loved the aesthetic side of it. So my first job was with a plastic surgeon, and he really gave me the gateway to really evolve as an esthetician. He gave me whatever I wanted. He let me, I didn't get paid well, but he really just let me flourish into the esthetician and just gave me everything that I needed to start. And when I saw transformations and what I can do for patients, it was, it's really a feeling you can't even explain. When a client says, oh my God, my confidence back, or this and that. And that's where I start building my relationships. And I said, this is something that I actually have a talent, I think, and I love what I do. And so that's my biggest thing. But the results, the feeling, that is a high for me. And here I am.
Why would somebody want to come to Cream Skin Studio? What makes you guys so unique, so different than everything else that's out there? Because at the end of the day, you've trained with some of the most well-known, world-renowned facial plastic surgeons, and you've kind of brought your technique and your craft here in Tysons Corner, Virginia. Why Cream Skin Studio?
Because the experience that I've had for so many years, and not only that, I really get to know my clients. I don't go by trends. I really do dig into the depth of their skin, and I built my relationships. We built a relationship. I really get to know my clients. This is not just a med spa. This is not an in and out. This is where I get to know you. And I built on transformations. This is what we do. We build long-term results and healthy skin. It's here where you're safe. You can ask, we have fun doing it. But the biggest thing is I really educate my patients to learn how to have that healthier skin, but long-term.
And the crazy thing is, in today's world of aesthetic medicine, there's a lot of people out there that, they kind of have a generic plan for somebody, right?
Yeah.
You come in, it's A to Z, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we get to 7. And one of the things that we talked about when I first entered the Cream Skin Studio was everything is so personalized. It's tailor-made. and you kind of make people understand the process to getting
100%.
to what we call the big boys, right? And so for you, everything's tailor-made. So talk about that kind of 5-10 step process that you kind of put
100%.
people through to get here.
Yeah. So the biggest thing is healthy skin, very healthy barrier. We can't get here until we get a healthy barrier. And that means when a new client comes in, I really just make them understand they can come in for whatever, rosacea or acne or pigment or sun damage, melasma, any type of skin I do work with. Any skin type, any age, and any ethnicity. Really well, I'm really understanding of skin. If you know skin, you can fix it. So at the end of the day, my biggest foundation is a very healthy barrier. Once our barrier is super healthy, that's when we can play with more advanced treatment. So at the beginning, it starts with a curated regimen. And then also, we're curating towards where they're at. So if they come, I'm going to treat you for what I see then. And then we move forward. I always start with a treatment plan from the foundation of skincare consistency. Then I have them come back, and then we do other treatments to get where we need to be. Advanced treatments are really important. It's why I've incorporated lasers like the eye blaze, resurfacing, but it all has its place. So at the end of the day, when they come in, we do a treatment plan. We need to go from here to get here, and also to cover what's really bothering them. And then from there, I really say, this is what we can go and get to, and we can get here, So at the end of the day, it's just curating, meeting. CREAM stands for corrective, restorative, educational, ageless, and medical. And those are the core values of my practice. And that's the reason why I go through that, because at the end of the day, you can have really healthy skin and get to those more advanced treatments, but everything with time.
Yeah. And one of the coolest things that I think that you do is you don't shoot from the hip, right? No. And listen, we have a tremendous amount of clientele in the aesthetic laser and the aesthetic field. Mm-hmm. And some people, they just say, hey, we're going to try this, we're going to try that, we're going to try this, but everything is so methodical with you. Yeah. And I love that the most about Marilee. She really is dedicated to educating herself as much as possible, but she has so much experience, throughout the years, which you kind of opened with in terms of your story. So tell us about your success stories. Tell us about some of the clienteles that you've had that, some of the things that you've done where people come back and they say, wow, Marilee, this was life-changing for me.
Oh God, I'm very blessed to have many of those. But again, it all starts with honesty, very transparency, and I do everything with intention from the moment my clients come into my treatment room. And, I was just talking to one of my patients the other day, and we were looking at pictures from 10 years ago. And I'm like, oh my God, Katie, look at your skin from here to now. And no matter what, life gets in the way, and they're in and out, but their skin is never back to what it used to be when they first saw me. Their skin is still healthy. The results are unbelievable. And when patients tell me confidence is there, I trust you, it means a lot. So I have every type of different demographics, from every age group to ethnicity, and I treat everybody the same. The way it's, I curate things for my clients is very intentional. At the end of the day, I want across the board my patients to have long-term healthy skin and results forever. And that doesn't happen overnight. That doesn't happen with one treatment. I have clients that come here, they've called me, they said, I want to do this. I'm like, I can't see you just for that treatment first time. You need to come in, we do a consultation, we get your skin barrier to healthy. Well, I explain. Once you start explaining, that's where you start building trust. And that's why my retention is so high here. As again, I have patients from 10 to 20 years to 5 years, and my new ones continue to come. And it's because I am super transparent from day one. And that's where we get their skin where it needs to be. And that's where, when I say, and I'm still really excited to, talk about my new advanced treatments and things like that. They're excited because they know that whatever I bring to my practice, it's intentional and they trust me. And at the end of the day, I'm here to give them results, and I will do whatever it takes for my patients to get the best And that's why I bring the best and invest in my business.
You said my favorite word, results,
Yeah.
right? And having the best in your practice.
Always.
So, there's thousands and thousands of aesthetic companies out
Mm-hmm.
there. Why did you pick Revive out of all the options that you could have possibly had, all the major players in the aesthetic space? You chose Revive.
Well, it's not a no-brainer. Again, it goes also rooted from my experience of the years in business and what I have experienced with different companies. I have worked with the best companies in the aesthetic industry. Anything that I bring in to my practice is intentional, because at the end of the day, you can have the best technology, and if you don't have the good support, how are you going to have the best outcome for your clients? And that all builds in trust and everything that goes forward from there. So why Revive? I fell in love with the technology, and I fell in love with the people behind it. I had questions. I needed it. I got it. I talked to different doctors as well. And I had the support. And I'm not the easiest, okay? I asked 20,000 questions, and but it's because I want to bring the best for my practice to give those results to my patients. And the iBlaze, I wasn't even looking for a CO2 resurfacing. I honestly was looking for just an IPL, because I was like, let me backtrack, because I didn't have the best experience trying to look for my first time in business. And I was, I'm now a year and a half in with Cream, and I'm very blessed. And I think sticking to my core values is what's led me here. And it's what led me to Revive, because I didn't have the best experience, as I said, again, for the first time. I was told I will never be able to get a laser, this and that and that and this. And then I had a really good friend that said, check them out. I think you're going to do, and I fell in love. And I fell in love with the technology. And honestly, Gustavo was one of the ones that I spoke to, and he's like, Mari, what are your demographics? You're probably going to do better with the iBlaze and CO2 as just an IPL to start with, because I'm so diverse. Like, I treat so many different skin types and so many different age groups. So, I got the biggest, best combo you can, and I'm obsessed. My patients are happy, and I'm just elevating the results for my clients. I've had amazing support. Anything I need, it's unmatched. And not only that, but the technology of iBlaze, how easy it is, how there's already reset protocols in there that I can do. It's a no-brainer. Now I play with it more, and now the results are unbelievable. Also, how diverse it is. I was that provider that I'm like, oh my God, no way I'm going to do any heat devices on clients with melasma or Dr. Fitzpatrick's. Again, I saw how what they did with CO2, and I was one of the ones that were pre-conditioning their skin before they did those treatments, and also post on how I was treating them after. So I was like, and I think that's what a lot of people have. It's like, oh my God, CO2 resurfacing. It's not like that anymore. Mm-hmm. But also, when you're looking into a company, my biggest advice to anybody, first know what you need in your treatment room. What is it that you need that your patients are wanting, or your hands are tied, or I need something better. Then number 2, get and look for that company that's going to support you. A name doesn't mean nothing. It's really the core values behind the company. Look at the technology, look at before and afters. And I work with a lot of different ethnicities, and sorry, but tantrics, they're also, a lot of Colombia, Medellin, and honestly, before and afters, and their protocols are so advanced. Mm-hmm. And I have access to that. I have access to doctors. I have access to so many advanced protocols that I'm ahead of the game. It's really to that point, and I understand skin. I know how to transform skin, but I'm like, as I'm aging and my patients are also to that point, it's like I'm a little stuck, and I'm like, I need to bring something more to help my clients, whether they're darker Fitzpatrick's to acne, anything. I want to be here to give them the best that I can be. And a lot of patients don't want to do the facelifts right now, but I can also gear them to that if they have to. But the firming and those little lifts that I get from this machine, she's so pretty.
I love everything that you just said.
Yeah.
You know, at Revive, our core values, right, are bringing the best technology
Yes.
into, into the market, and B, supporting our practitioners with support that they've never felt anywhere else. And for you to say that we're delivering on both of those things
100%.
is unprecedented for us. This is the reason why we do what we do. Now let's kind of shift gears, and then we'll get back into the iBlaze. And of
Yeah.
course, you have the Color Max. Let's
Yeah.
talk about the business side of it, because let's face it, there's a lot of practitioners, that get these products and then they don't know what to do with them, right? And one of the things that we like to pride ourselves on is not only helping on the clinical side of things, but helping on, the business side of things too. So tell us about your approach, because you've been very successful in the Northern Virginia area here at bringing clientele into your practice. And it's not just because the technology, it's not just because you're business savvy, it's also because of who you are and kind of, that welcoming approach that you give. But talk about the business side of everything, right? How have you marketed your practice? Take us through when somebody comes in and they're looking for a package. What does that look like here at Cream Studio?
So basically, when my patients come in, marketing side, email, all of that, I start promoting my treatments even before I have them, just to give, and also questions like, are you guys ready? Like this and that. But at the end of the day, my ROIs have skyrocket. But not because I'm throwing in and just giving them these treatments right off the bat. It's because there is a trust relationship here with my patients. And I explain to them what these devices do and what it's going to do and why the CO2, it's not just CO2 deep resurfacing. Like this is a technology that can really be customizable for every single client, from dark Fitzpatrick's to texture to fine lines, wrinkles, just to give you a little bit of a glow. It doesn't matter. And you can also deep remodeling collagen. It's unbelievable. Even with a refine, you're still remodeling collagen. And that before and afters are unbelievable. So I market a lot, but I just educate them. I'm just saying, this is what we have and this is what we can do now to get your skin to the next level.
Yeah. And you've taken such a, I would say, clinical approach into showing all of your patients and showing the clientele that's coming in what sort of that step one, like we talked about, all the way till the end is really going to truly look like. And I think that when you're open and you're honest and you're transparent to patients that are coming in the door, it just builds that much more trust, right? Versus having somebody come in and say, I'm going to do a fractional CO2 treatment on you, when they might not need that
not right
quite
away
yet, right? And so that's great, and that's why you continue to have repeat customers, and obviously people are referring people into Cream Studio. Let's jump into the technologies themselves, right? You talked about iBlaze just a little bit, but I want to dive into why iBlaze now, because like you said, you started thinking about IPL, started thinking about doing pigment, and then you kind of were turned on to fractional CO2. And again, you could have picked from thousands of, and so you could have picked from thousands of devices, and you didn't pick certain devices, but you picked Revive and the iBlaze. Tell us the key differences between something like an iBlaze versus a Cool Peel that made you pick the iBlaze versus that product.
I think the diversity, it's a lot stronger too. But not only that, it's so easy. It's very light. It's easy. The hand piece is amazing. But also it's very customizable for all Fitzpatrick's, and the results. And not only that, the healing is unbelievable. I'm telling you, I've done, and I know some of the doctors that I've talked to, they go really ablative, but I think I do pretty deep resurfacing too for where I'm at here in the practice, where it's safe. But they're swollen 2 to 3 days, and it's like unbelievable. The transformation and how quickly I do a post laser facial 5 days post any resurfacing, and their skin, oh my God. Like the before and afters, you guys, I have it on my IG. This is why I post so much, because there's so many diversity of what I've treated, from 20-year-olds to 30 to 50 to 80. And honestly, it's just very customizable. The technology, the way they're healing, I'm blown away from everything that I've seen. And I have done previous CO2s before. And the way I healed from this one, and we did a deeper surfacing on me, because I'm just that person. Just, I want to know how it feels, and the protocols on top of that. I had to play with them to make sure my clients are getting the best post, treatment after. And the same thing as preconditioning is so important. Some people don't believe in it. I do. It's the way I've done it my whole career in my treatment room. But I'm telling you, I have before and afters, and the way they heal. Even my patients, like, I tell them, you're going to blow up. When I do deeper resurfacing, your skin's going to be really swollen. Your eyes are going to be swollen. They're like, oh my God, 3 days later. I'm like, the way my patients are healing, I have it to the T, whether it's a refine to a more deeper resurfacing. It's unbelievable. But the technology, the way my patients are healing so much faster, I mean, just get it done. I'm telling you, try it yourself.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, and you're talking about a device that treats from 0 to 10,000 microns,
yes.
right? And we spoke about, because the first question that I asked Marilee when I came in, I said, why iBlaze versus all these other products out there? And the first thing that she said to me was versatility. Just about every single dermatologic procedure is uploaded in this bad boy, and everything. And you were telling me, hey, it's just so much easier for someone like myself to go in and press a button and have these settings transferred right to the handpiece. And be able to have that confidence to just treat somebody
100%.
And that's worked out really, really well for you. So, I love that you did super due diligence before this. You're talking about somebody that has been in this space for decades, that has just gone through, a tremendous amount of education on all of these CO2 platforms, and has truly found what she believes is the best one that's out there in our iBlaze. So let's shift gears. But now let's go to that sort of pigment laser, right? Let's go to that Color Max, which
I love her.
yeah. And so the Color Max for us, it's a staple in our portfolio, right? And we do have our Fraclite, our fractionated IPL, which is an unbelievable device. But for you, getting into the Color Max just made a little bit more sense up front. So talk to me a little bit about some of the patients that are coming in and getting the Color Max, some of the treatments that you're doing, why you love the Color Max so much, and then ultimately talk to me about why Color Max over the other products that are out there.
Oh my God. It's so diverse. I mean, I didn't even realize how amazing this girl is. Okay. I was literally looking for IPL, what I loved, and again, I talked to the company, and they were more like, but what do you usually treat? Who are your demographics? And that's how I came up to Color Max. I treat a lot of melasma patients. I treat a lot of rosacea patients. I treat a lot of clients that are darker Fitzpatrick's with hyperpigmentation, acne, and also fine lines and wrinkles. And everything that Color Max literally treats every pigmentation at different wavelengths. And the fact that I can do one treatment and treat not just one problem, but multiple problems is insane to me. And when I say I go in there and I'm like, we're working on reds, on vascular, then I'll do a little laser genesis around, I call it my magic little eraser, because I'm seeing it right in my face, and with melasma patients, it's unbelievable. Again, I precondition skin. 90% of my patients are on a curated facial regimen with me. And when I got this devices, I was ready to roll, because I know my clients are ready. I knew that my clients are pretty much ready to get any of these treatments. And they still, as long as, of course, their medical history allows it and everything. But at the end of the day, not only do I love it, you don't have to numb for these treatments. Basically, only when you're doing a little bit deeper, like tattoo removal. And that's another thing. Tattoo removal, PMU for permanent makeup. You can do the H spots, and you can also combine it. I love combining different modalities. And when I do eye blaze with the color max, sometimes it's beautiful. We sometimes, especially on the hands too, just to bring up a little bit of that pigment. And sometimes it doesn't have to be super deep, just a light little low mode and beautiful, beautiful resurfacing. Makes their hands like little, like satin, like baby hands again. But it is so versatile. And then another one that's been our favorite, it's become a favorite here at Cream, is my luxury carbon laser facial. I'm in love with it. My patients are in love with it. It's so versatile because it's not just for oil or dry skin. I mean, you can really rejuvenate the skin in one treatment. That baby flesh skin comes to the surface. Again, my little magic eraser with laser genesis. I freaking like love it. And my patients are they're like, I want to do that. I'm like, because I post it, I show it. I'm like, this is something that doesn't hurt. And I even tell them, just close your eyes, don't move. And I said, if it's too hot, then you need to communicate that with me. But it's unbelievable how their skin looks post carbon laser facial. And it works in so many different ways. It can work to kill acne bacteria. My patients with acne, we've been doing this, and their skin is clearing up because we're working on the dermis. Another one is my clients that just have that doll-looking skin. It brightens up the skin. It gives them such a beautiful, beautiful glow, event ready. I'm telling you. And then I've been playing with this machine like there's no tomorrow. Then I have my collagen booster add-on, which I added to a lot of my facial treatments. That's just laser genesis with my other, modalities, and their skin is plumped. It's beautiful. It's just, I can't get enough of the machine. And I'm actually coming up with another treatment that's going to be added to my Color Max. So, and get ready because the summer's coming.
Summer's coming.
Yeah.
So that, again, kind of going back to what you just said about the eye blaze and then treating, with the Color Max as well. So kind of talking about that combination there.
Oh yeah.
Can you kind of elaborate a little bit more on what you look for, as a practitioner in a patient that would be, qualified to do both of these treatments?
Oh, 100%. I work a lot with clients. When I do the Color Max in combination with eye blaze, is mostly more, let's say, when my patients have a lot of texture issues, like on the chest, because I love using it on the body as well. I do arms, I do everything, but I do a low mode. It's like a light peel on their body, and I'm telling you that crepiness is gone. And also acne, not acne scars too, of course, but also like for surgical scars. I mean, you can do so much. Post-surgical scars, you start with the Color Max, to treat that pigment, and then you hit it with the eye blaze. Beautiful results. Of course, you need more than one treatment. Anything with scars, you're going to have to do more than one treatment. But I'm telling you, the results are beautiful. Stretch marks. I mean, I can keep going on. When I first got these, I wanted to get one laser, okay? Then I ended up buying 3 devices. 2 of these were eye blaze and Color Max. I was like, I can't do this. I was getting so overwhelmed. And this is where I say support comes in. And it's really important also, not because it's also the best technology, not only that, but it's the support. I was overwhelmed. I'm like, I can't do this. And Judy got on the phone with me. Everybody got, Bob, like, put me with the right people.
Yeah.
And they were like, let's get on a Zoom. And I'm telling you, I was good to go. And I felt so much comfortable, because at the end of the day, I can't give the best outcomes to my patients if I don't understand. It's not about only settings. It's about learning the technology and how it works.
Right.
And if you don't know how to work that, you can't customize. It's really important to understand what you're using and what you have in hand. That's the reason why I was able to know how to pick that right company and also the right technology.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's shift gears again. So 2 amazing devices that Marilee has here at the Cream Skin Studio, the eye blaze and the Color Max. And kind of using them coincidingly has created a lot of business for her, but also really tailor-made sort of these treatments that have been kind of unprecedented in her office and allowed her to kind of jumpstart her business and put her in a really solid spot moving forward. So let's jump into, what I like to call sort of this segment about get the vision of our industry from the expert, right? Like figure out where regenerative medicine is going, figure out the state of longevity medicine. So just a couple of questions here for you, Marilee. That's somebody that sees so many different patients, so many different skin types, so many different people looking to regenerate cells in their body. Talk to us a little bit about what you believe the state of regenerative medicine is right now.
I think this has been a huge popular topic, but in the years that I've been doing it, I've been practicing this in my treatment room for years. The biggest thing is respect skin, understand it, and fix it. And you can, to give them those healthy long-term results. And technology evolves, but I have not changed how I approach my clients. And that's why it's amazing when there's new technology out there and you can really push those results to a different level for my patients. But at the end of the day, regenerative medicine, I have been practicing it with my patients for years. Again, healthy skin is number one barrier, and then we play with the big boys. And that's where long-term results start coming in. My biggest thing is healthy skin, long-term results. That's where now we have PDRN. PDRN was something that I did not believe in. But after a couple of years, I'm like, okay, this is staying and this has its place. Just like all my devices that I bring into my practice has to earn their place. I love working with different modalities in one treatment. It just elevates my patients' results. But to do that, again, here we go again. We have to have their skin healthy. And if you don't educate your patients, if you don't understand that, there's no point of having these devices. It's a waste of money. Right. The second you explain that post CO2, everybody does exosomes. That is a non-negotiable for me, but it's just something that really helps to also accelerate that healing process for my patients, and they have beautiful results. So I think at the end of the day, we have to understand our consumers also are more educated. They know what they're looking for. They just need that right guidance. And my patients, I've had new clients that have come from other practices. They're like, you know what? They go in, and this is a laser center that they've gone to, and I'm like, why isn't her skin clear? And I said, this is insane. And I was like, look, this is what you need to do. Let's get you from here to Z, and then we go here. And these patients of mine are swimmers. I just customize towards their daily activity. And I'm like, okay, this is the time that you're kind of off. Let's fix it. But at the end of the day, these devices work all year round. You can come from an eye blaze to a very baby. They actually do better. I'm a big chemical peel person. That's never going to come out of my treatment room. But doing a refine, I call it refine, but it's slow mode. That's how I call it in my treatment room. But a refine, a low mode CO2, 2 to 3 days are good. And they have less downtime than with a chemical peel. And I do it all the time. And those are also ways to keep my patients for maintenance as well. So we start, we transform, and we maintain. Yeah. And it's just really, and Color Max is all year round. All year round. And I tell this to everybody, you guys, you have to understand, people are doing this in really hot weather countries. Like, it's just, again, how you really customize towards your patients. And I'm just very lucky to have access to amazing providers that has helped me also getting has also helped me get those beautiful results with these beautiful devices.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You said a key word there, maintenance, right? How important, during, I would say the span of somebody getting into aesthetic treatments, how important is it for maintenance with not only, these two great products, but just with every kind of skincare regimen,
everything.
Obviously a lot of people are doing, Botox and fillers and things like that. how important is maintenance here at Cream Skin Studio?
I always say this is not a in and out studio. This is a luxury aesthetic studio that literally I'm like concierge. This is one-on-one. I customize to everybody. I can have two of the same clients with the different issues of melasma or acne, and their regimen and their treatment plan is never going to be the same. And as their skin, again, like life happens, hormonal imbalances happen, age happens. So as their skin is progressing, the regimen is not going to be the same. It's not going to be the same from when I start them on a treatment to when we're changing up the regimen. We're gonna redo their regimen again, not the full thing, but there's things that we're gonna add that they weren't using before because their skin is in a healthier stage. It's stronger, and maintenance is really important because it's anything we do. You go to the dentist once a year, you're not gonna brush your teeth. You're not gonna floss your teeth. You go to work out. Again, to have abs, you don't do one exercise. You do multiple different exercises. It's the same thing with skin. You customize a regimen, you get them on a healthy skin regimen, and then you do multiple type of treatments as you are treating and fixing skin. And the maintenance, then we do it. And I honestly, this is what I tell my patients. We might have you come in for one thing, and if I see you and I don't think we need something else, it's what we do. I don't go by one line. I've always thought about out the box. Even any treatment, it's very customizable. It's never the same. My clients are like, just do whatever you want.
Right.
And that's how I work. And that's why it's so diverse of how we can incorporate all these type of different devices and protocols and products. And every time it's not going to be the same.
Yeah.
So,
and that's why I love Cream Skin Studio so much is, taking you kind of back to our opening of the show. Every single treatment is just not the same for each individual person. And I've been saying this for the last decade. You're not going to treat one person the same way that you're going to treat another and get the same results.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is settings are different on products. People need, different kind of regimens at home, after, post treatment.
And those are so important.
Right. Whether that's a pigment treatment or a resurfacing treatment. Right.
Yeah.
And so I love that Marilee has kind of embraced kind of that ideology that a lot of, I would say world-renowned physicians and device owners have. So as we wrap up here, last segment, I like to ask everybody, a very important question, which is, what do you want everyone to know about yourself? What do you want everyone to know about Cream Skin Studio? Why should people come in here?
It's very simple. I'm very transparent. You are going to feel safe. You are going to get results, and you're not going to get anything you don't need. I will tell you, I'll listen to you, and we will come to the point. At the end of the day, here, everybody that walks out of here, the biggest thing is clear, healthy skin and long-term results. And that's what I go by. That's what I've implanted in my practice and in my treatment room for the past 20 plus years. And at the end of the day, we're having fun. My relationships, your family here to me. I treat my patients like my own. And that's it. Here, we come to fix skin. And I can fix skin, guys. I can fix skin. It's not hard. I just will always, always do my best by my patients to give you the best that I can bring the best to you. And just at the end of the day, it's results here. Rapid results, long-term results.
Awesome. And last thing, what do you want the people to know about Revive? What do you want potential clients and customers of Revive Regenerative to know about us?
So whoever knows me, and I've been around, I don't sugarcoat. I will never stand by anything that I don't believe in. I have had nothing but a good experience, and they're honest people. You're going to get support. You have amazing technology. You also get the advantage of you are on top of more advanced protocols than what we have here in the US. I'm sorry, but I'm again very before and after. I look at before and afters. I always say consistency. And honestly, when my patients want to go to injector, and another thing I want to say, this is only going to benefit facial surgery. It's going to also complement your injectables and things like that. So nothing's taken away of anything. It's only going to boost the results of anything that you do also, because skin is skin. You have a facial amazing facelift, you have shitty skin. Nothing's going to take that away. So these are the things that are going to complement and continue and maintain your results. So at the end of the day, I feel like I'm on top when it comes to an advantage of I am working and talking to amazing surgeons, amazing providers, doctors, and also not here, worldwide. Just a big name doesn't mean anything. For me, I've worked with big names, and it's very little of the support. And I'm telling you, my core values, I always go, you guys can have the best technology, but if I don't have that support and I don't have that transparency, I don't need it here. Because at the end of the day, I'm looking to give my patients the best of the best, and I will invest in my business, and I always have. But I don't go by trends, and that's the difference. So honestly, you guys, if I stand behind it, if you guys know me, you guys know I'm very transparent. I'm very real. I have a reputation, and I've always had a good reputation through the years, and I would never stand by anything if I don't believe in it. And Revive has been an amazing support. And honestly, I can't wait what's next and keep growing with you guys.
Yeah, we've got a lot of surprises coming over the next few months, but I just want to say thank you, Marilee, for having me and the Revive team here at Cream Skin Studio. Guys, please come if you're in the Northern Virginia area, if you're close to Tyson's Corner, or even anywhere, in the state of Virginia or in Maryland or DC, please come check out Marilee. She is amazing. From the moment, like I said, I got into her studio, it was such a welcoming experience. But I appreciate the vibrance. I appreciate, the welcoming feeling, but more importantly, the results, right? The results are amazing. I might just go get a couple treatments now. I'm
telling you. So. 100%.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for watching. And we'll see you guys on the next show.
Bye.